Genshin card game has been out for a little while now, and it's gotten a pretty good reception from the community so far. Some people have already got the hang of it, while others are still trying to figure out how to get past level 1. Everyone is at different stages with it, and whatever the case, and no matter where you are with it, this video is going to give you some tips on how to get better. So I've compiled a list of a few common questions players have about this new permanent game mode, and I'm going to be answering them. So without further ado, let's begin. In order to unlock Genius Invocation, you must have done 3 things first. Firstly, you should be above AR 32. If you're just starting out playing Genshin Impact, it shouldn't take too long to get there, as long as you play the game semi-regularly. Secondly, you must have completed all the prologue Archon quests. In Razor terms, you must have completed the Mondstadt arc of the Archon quests. And thirdly, you must complete the Genius Invocation tutorial quest. You've got to do those first 2 things first in order for that quest to trigger. In my experience, all I had to do was walk close to the crafting table in Mondstadt, and the tutorial quest should get triggered automatically. Once you've got your card case, which should have been given to you during the beginner's tutorial quest, you can start grinding up the ranks. There are 2 ways to do this. The first way is to play NPCs in the open world. By using your card case and selecting Search for Player, the Teyvat map will show you where to look for NPCs to play against. Once you play against these characters, you can receive EXP. Initially, you'll only be able to play the Mondstadt NPCs, but as you climb up the ranks, NPCs from Inazuma and Liyue will also pop up as well. It's important to note that the overworld NPCs do not refresh, so you can't go and spam them for games with hopes of infinite rewards. Once you get that rewards from that particular NPC, you can't get that again. You can only play them for fun afterwards. The second way to increase your player level, and the only way once you've maxed out the rewards from the overworld NPCs, is to go and play the NPCs in the Cat's Tail. Unlike the overworld characters, these NPCs will refresh weekly, so this is a surefire way to get some EXP every week. It may not be much, and leveling up might take a while, but it'll keep us going for a while. A Genius Invocation deck consists of 3 character cards and 30 action cards. Character cards are used to attack your opponent, but they're placed on the field straight away, so you don't need to draw these from your deck. What you do draw from your deck are those 30 action cards, so it's important that these cards go well with the character cards that you've chosen to play with. There are 3 types of action cards. Equipment cards are things like weapons and artifacts. Weapons will buff your character's damage, while artifacts will make it easier for you to use their skills. Event cards are cards that you can play with that have an immediate effect once you play that card. For instance, once you play the Kokomi card, you'll be able to draw 2 cards straight away. If you play the Mona card, your character will gain 1 energy point straight away. If you play a food card, that will heal your character straight away. Support cards are cards that are summoned onto the support zone of the field and are kept there for a period of time. These cards have a continuous effect on the field during their time in the play. For instance, if you have the Liyue Harbour card in your support zone, you'll be able to draw 2 additional cards at the beginning of the round. It's not an immediate effect like the Kokomi card, but it gives you more to work with in the long run. Building a deck is all about finding the right balance of these action cards, so that you can really believe in the heart of the cards in a time of need. Some of my personal favourite cards to use in my decks are Catherine's support card, any sort of Paimon cards,
Lucius.
Event cards, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, Noelle's event cards, and the Electro Element Resonance event card, or if the deck that I'm using isn't electro focused, any card that will give my active character more energy. Other cards that you should have in your deck are cards that give you extra dice during your round, like Timmy's card, as well as cards that can heal your characters. If you're already a TCG pro, leave some of your go-to cards in the comments. So we've spoken about how to build a deck. Well, how do you get the cards for it? In order to get the action cards, you can buy them from the Cat's Tail using the currency that you get when you play against NPCs. Choose wisely though, because as well as EXP being time locked weekly, so are the coins that you earn as well. You don't spend more in the card shop. The card shop uses currency that is exclusive to the card game, and this currency can only be earned when you beat NPCs. So when buying your cards, choose wisely. read the descriptions, and try to buy a wide variety of cards that you think will come in handy for your deck right now. In order to get new character cards, you have to invite characters to play with you. To start this, you have to go up to the bulletin board in the Cat's Tail and use match invitation letters to invite a character to play with you. You can either buy these letters in the card shop or use the ones you already have through leveling up. You can check the characters' kits, if you will, before selecting to play against them. So if you like what you see, or if you just really like that character and their kit doesn't matter to you, then go ahead and play against them. Then you have to defeat them in order to get their character cards. And finally, the last way to get character cards is to do the Tavern card challenges. Tavern challenges unlock when you reach player levels 3 till 8. If you beat these challenges, you will receive that boss's character card. Building teams in the card game is similar to building teams in the base game. Unless you're planning on running a powerful Geo team, elemental reactions are very important in Genius Invocation. Of course, you can play with characters that you like, and it will get the job done. But alternatively, if you're looking to do lots of co-op games and you're worried about running into tough opponents, you can figure out which characters go well together. It's just a case of trial and error and seeing what kind of playstyle suits you. And to wrap this video up, I'm going to give an example on how I use my current favourite team, so that you can kind of get an idea on how rotations work. So take it away. Me? We'll go here. Yeah, okay. Ellen's our little test subject. So at the minute, my favourite team is my Electrocharge team, so I'm going to show you how that works. So it's Fischl, Oceanid, and Keqing. Keqing is going to be the main damage dealer, but Fischl and Oceanid are so key. I always start with Fischl. The aim for Fischl is to get Oz up ASAP, and that's kind of dependent on the rolls I get. So let's see, hopefully I get some decent rolls here. I think that might be enough for Oz. Yeah, it is. So first, straight away, I have the option to summon Oz. Oceanid comes in handy. They are an amazing Hydro applicator, and I'll show you why when I get the chance. These two skills both summon little like Hydro totems, if you will, Hydro summons. It would be nice to get as many of these Hydro summons on the field ASAP before I get to Keqing. I don't have enough, so I'm just going to end my turn right here and hope for the best next round. As you can see, the summons already started to do their job there, but it would be nice to have more Oceanid things to work with, because then maybe a round or two afterwards I can use Keqing, and Keqing can deal more damage that way. Is this making sense? I don't know. The rotation for this team is basically Fischl, Oceanid, Keqing, and then switching depending on what I need. It just depends on the situation, to be honest. Oh wow, we got nothing. Wow. Oh. That's a big sacrifice, but we have all of her summons now at this point, so we are ready for Keqing. So we'll just go here and wait for the next round to come along. I mean, this is if the summons don't kill the opponents first, because I have had that before where I'm planning on using Keqing and then suddenly the summons do an amazing job and everyone just goes boom, and I don't even get the chance to use Keqing. We can use here 1, we can use here 2. Perfect. So as you can see, the active character does have Hydro applicated on them, so not only is Keqing going to deal damage to this enemy, but also the rest of them as well, because of Electrocharged, like that. And there we go. Anyways, I hope this was helpful for anyone who is looking to get started on playing the card game. If you're watching this and you want a more advanced guide, let me know what you'd want me to cover in that. And maybe I'll make a part 2, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, this is my last video of 2022, which is cool. Thank you for the support this year, it means a lot to me. Feel free to follow my social medias and join the Discord server, and yeah, I will see you in 2023. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Peace.